Good morning. My name is Rory Houlihan, and I ran for the U.S. Senate this spring 2016 to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 11: How to be against more gays. Let's take a look at something a little more nuanced than building codes, like the increase in gay and transgender population. Many conservatives believe that gays decide that they want to be gay, and so gays can change back if they want to, like the Donald's new appointee, Ken Blackwell. I have studied genetics, and I know that sex is both genetic and hormonal, and folks take years to develop fully into men and women. Over those years, with various starts and plateaus in development, our long adolescence, much longer than any other animal, including animals like elephants, that longer adolescence actually adds years to our lifespan. But there is a cost. The cost is there can be more things that can go wrong in our development. Hormones play a key role in guiding our sexual development more than any other living thing. Hormones work as a key and lock system that turns on and off biological processes. Normally, that is not a problem, but today's modern chemicals can and do mimic hormones and affect our development. When I was young, I read in a biology, that the gay population in rats was about 2%. And that is the natural gay population in humans, and that should be the same. Based on the 2010 census, the U.S. gay population is 6%. China's was over a gay population was 12%. And in the most polluted areas of China and India, the gay population is 23%. Could we infer that the exposure to pollution goes up in the general gay population goes up? So, as pollution goes up, the gay population goes up. Has it ever occurred to you that the reason a child is transgender is because his or her genetic and hormonal makeup has been corrupted? I am afraid that for most people, this trend won't be real until their child is turned into a gay or transgender person. I first learned about this in the late 1980s that the packaging industry uses heavily plastic, like in canning and food containers, that emit a gas as it ages or cures. That this gas dissolves readily in liquids and has no taste and mimics a female hormone. That plastic is even in baby bottles. If you go down to the aisle in a department store, you will see a no BPA sign. That will be a red sign with a slash across with BPA inside of it. That means the manufacturer is using a more expensive plastic that doesn't emit BPA. If not, you are. Europe has banned BPA emitting plastics from their food and packaging, but the FDA still allows it after intense pressure from the plastic industry. If one child's genetic heritage has been corrupted by something in the environment, would that ring an alarm bell that the next child may be yours? No, you're absolutely correct. Transgender should be so rare that it is a non-event. But transgender is now becoming more and more prevalent, and with more and more comes civil rights needs and becoming a more and more real issue. Have you noticed more and more stories of moms and grandmas becoming surrogates for their granddaughters and daughters? Just another example of genetic heritage being corrupted and the next generation not being able to bear children. What happens when this becomes the norm? Could you be the last of one of your family, just one generation away from extinction of your line? I see a lot of conservative discrimination being created to hide the real ticking time bombs. Conservatives would have you worry about what is at best an eyesore. Two men walking hand in hand down the road or two women kissing. Not something far more threatening, like the genetic heritage of your children and of your grandchildren being corrupted forever. As an economist, I'm always looking at and for the early indicators. Could the increase in the gay population and the infertility of young men and women be those indicators that our genetic heritage is under attack? Since Ronald Reagan started the deregulation movement, we're talking about the 1980s. More than 30 years have passed for the negative effects of deregulation to take effect. Are our population under attack by always lower priced businesses who put short run profits over the lives and safety of our children? Should we substitute the words deregulate, spoken by conservatives, with the words unprotect? Isn't that what conservatives like Myron Ebell, the new EPA director appointee of the Donald administration, really mean to do? Unprotect our children. You buy guns to protect you and your family from the bad guys. But who's going to protect you from politicians that push unprotect your kids from forever genetic corruption? The question should be asked, are we not seeing a slow motion sterilization process going on here? What is the best way to mass sterilize a population? Through its food and water supply. Where are the Second Amendment folks when it comes to stopping the mass sterilization of our kids and grandkids? Oh, the NRA seems to be for the politician or for mass sterilizing of our grandkids and kids. Isn't there a huge movement in a monument in Georgia that says that the human population shall not exceed 250,000? To build this monument took some serious money, and we don't know who or whom supplied that money. Is Georgia a red conservative state? Conservative values state? Should we as Christians not see these children as victims of a corrupt, failing conservative value system and instead treat these children and folks with compassion and understanding? But conservatives turn these children into monsters to be hated, feared, and discriminated against. Would their demonization keep folks from seeing the slow motion sterilization process going on? You better believe that. Exposure to these substances has been going on since the 1980s. Are we just seeing the ticking time bomb, the tip of the iceberg? I am all too well aware of the verse in Paul, given to Paul, that forcing folks to become gay is an abomination. But if you don't protect our children's genetics heritage, are you not forcing these to happen? Who push more and more for deregulation? Are they really the ones who are forcing our country's children to become more and more gay and transgender? What is that not an abomination? Just another conservative ticking time bomb. That is happening to our country and something you need to look out for. You have a good and blessed day, and thank you for joining me. Bye.